The next community interaction is Simba what? Simba what? What happened? Okay. Okay, sorry. Symbiosis. So symbiosis means relationship. Relationships can be good. Relationships can be bad, as many of us know. So so a relationship could include like I'm a teacher, you are a student. That's a relationship. Parent and child, pet and pet owner, roommates. One crazy roommate, one not as crazy roommate. A relationship. Two different species interacting is what a symbiosis is. So we all know that relationships can be good, they can be bad. Now the first example of a relationship here is commensalism. So commensalism is a relationship in which one organism is helped and the other is not affected. So here's some examples. And actually straight away, this is not commensalism. This is a relationship that's good for both. But here we have a cow, and if you don't know what a cow is, that's a cow. Anyway, so there's this cow, and there's this bird. It's right there. That's the bird. I don't know why okay. So the bird and the cow have a relationship, as you can see. And which one do you think is benefiting? Well, the cow is getting nothing. The bird is not de-ticking the cow or anything like that. The bird is just sitting there. So it's actually the bird that's getting the benefit, and the cow gets nothing. The bird gets the benefit of staying away from dangerous snakes on the ground and stuff like that want to eat it, without having to spend the energy to fly. But the cow just doing nothing. This would be a lot like, this sort of a relationship is a lot like, let's say you have a friend who's a next door neighbor, and you just got your driver's license, so he hitches a ride with you every morning. It doesn't cost you anything, you're not spending any gas, you're just doing a nice thing. Your friend gets the benefit, like this bird, and okay. He gets the benefit, and then you get nothing, which is fine. Let's see, what another example? Ooh, this one is fun. So sorry for my ELL and SPED translators on this one. You might want to skip ahead here. So this is a crab. Right there, that's a crab. And this is a barnacle. You might have seen barnacles. You might have seen barnacles before on like a dock or a boat. And so you might be thinking, oh, the barnacles are helping the crab to defend it. But really, the crab is getting nothing out of this. So the crab gets nothing. It's the barnacles that get something out of this. So it has to do with sex, which is why I recommend if you're translating this that you just move ahead. So it has to do with sex. These barnacles can't move. So imagine you're out with your family one day. Okay, there's your sister and brother and your dad, and who's the same height as you, and then your very tall mom for some reason. Okay, so you're out with your family one day, and then just imagine that your feet become anchored to the ground, right? All right, so your feet are anchored to the ground. Nobody's near you. Who are your reproductive choices? That's right. It's gross, I know, but this is called incest. So when your only choices for mates are close relatives and you had a child with a close relative, that is not good for reasons we'll talk about in genetics. And it tends to cause diseases and problems. If you've ever looked at like kings and queens of Russia, you might have seen they have often children with hemophilia. Or if you've ever looked at the children of royalty of England, they often have problems like facial deformities and all sorts of diseases. And so obviously high degrees of inbreeding at this level are called incest. And so obviously this isn't good. So these poor barnacles here are like those anchored people. They can only reproduce with each other. They have these really long penises and they can reach to deliver sperm, but only so far. They can't reach across the ocean to find another barnacle. So so the benefit here is not for the crab. The benefit is actually for the barnacle. The barnacle has a chance with the moving crab to go find another barnacle that is really far away. And so what this barnacle is getting is called genetic flow. Genetic flow. The more that you can reproduce with individuals across a bigger space, the more your flow increases. So for example, the invention of airplanes was a big source of genetic flow for humans. All right, so anyway, the barnacle gets genetic flow and the crab gets nothing.